we don't generally like taking ownership of anything which has
true.
gone wrong. We use the data to also determine a question which is worth asking. I have almost automated my life in the form of a .exe file. Enough time is not devoted to being curious and collecting those dots.
Hello, and welcome to Pathfinders, our podcast series from Success Alchemist, where we bring to you leaders, founders, and entrepreneurs who have charted their way to success and eventually found their path. Today, I am very delighted to have Pankaj Rai in our studios. Pankaj is the Group Chief Data and Analytics Officer with Aditya Birla Group, and he leads strategy and digital transformation across its various gamut of businesses that encompass cement, metal, fashion, financial services, and many more. His journey has taken him through leadership roles with Wells Fargo, Dell, and Standard Chartered Bank. In addition to Pankaj's rich professional background, what truly sets him apart is his unique ability to combine systems thinking with a genuine interest in people. Thank you so much, Pankaj, for being here today with us. I'm so excited to have you here and have this conversation.
Hi Ashima. I think these days I'm finding some of these interactions are the best way to meet old friends. So thank you too for calling me.
That's great. So, Pankaj, as AI is more and more embedded in our day to day decision making, be it across different verticals, if you see hiring and even strategy these days, do you see a future where people will say, hey, the AI messed it up, and really expect AI also to take some responsibility?
I don't think I look at this level AI any different from any other technology. It's like saying now we have cars. Cars have caused accident, so you can say the car messed it up, or any other gadget for that matter. Your washing machine or your toaster or any of them could mess your life up. So I think wherever you have some technology, quote unquote, it can improve life, but once in a while it will mess up. Unfortunately, the news will only about the mess up, not about the improving lives. So the Tesla car must have run millions of kilometers, but if it makes one accident, it becomes news. Every day, so many people are dying in accident based on human error. That's not news anymore. So I do think that how we think about technology and what expectations we have. I think we expect technology to be really perfect and superhuman.
Actually, humans also make mistakes,
More
but we are
than more
looking
than
at
machines.
but we are looking at AI taking most of the accountability because it's more and more involved in the decision making. That's a very interesting take.
No, in some way, it is also that we don't generally like taking ownership of anything
That's
which has gone
true.
wrong. If things have gone right, we are very happy to take ownership that I thought about it and I did it. But if it went wrong, someone else must be responsible for it. So AI is a nice punching bag.
Has there been ever a time when data reflected or the insight said something totally bizarre or it was very counterintuitive and something that you were also not ready to really buy in, but it eventually turned out to be true? Is there an example? Is there a story that you have to share with us?
When I was in Dell and we were running this analytics team. And the data analytics team was in various functions. All functions had their own analytics team. So one of the functions was supply chain functions. Another one was the marketing function. So I remember at one point in time, and you may remember the time when the company actually launched laptops in different colors. So it was a new thing
Yeah.
those days because laptops used to be, I think, gray and black mostly. I don't think they were colored laptops, but there was the idea that we can have a color and all of that. So what started to happen was I think there was one color, whether it was pink or red or something, that became much more popular than anyone had imagined.
Okay.
So I think on the marketing and sales side, there was huge demand, and people were like, "Okay, great demand. Let's just push this product more," and more sales was happening. But on the supply chain side, they were finding that we didn't have enough red color skin or the raw material to make that happen.
Okay.
So the supply chain was showing red because it was not able to supply or procure. So I think it was very interesting. After a very long time, the two teams sitting next to each other connected the dots and said, "You know what? We should not be selling more because we actually don't have enough to supply. Maybe we should stop that marketing effort which we are doing." So again, connecting the dots and making sense out of the world is all a human idea. Determining the question, finding the answer, And both of them are today very open-ended. In the past, at least the question was fixed. Someone will give you a question, you find the answer. Today, you don't even know whether that is the right question, and you have to search that. So that is the complexity that we are not used to. And in fact, first you have to maybe use the data to also determine a question which is worth asking. So in my own personal life, there is pretty much zero data or AI being used, because I have almost automated my life in the form of a .exe file, which just runs without any decision making. It's all very clear. So for me, I know when I will sleep, I know when I will get up, I know I have to get 8 hours of sleep, I'll give up in the morning. So everything is fixed. I don't have to think. So my view is, if I don't have to take any decision and I have figured out what I need, then what's the use of any data?
Yeah, in fact, having such kind of fixed schedule, it also the decision fatigue that most of us have to do or to not to do. There's such a great confusion and energy that we spend all the time.
In the workplace also, I try to create processes and governances and responsibility where the system kind of runs on autopilot. So 3W is ways of thinking, ways of working, and ways of doing. Think of it as, if you've seen Simon Sinek's Golden Circle, the why, how, and what. So we are saying this ways of doing really is the technology, data science, data engineering, data architecture, and we focus enormous amount of time on doing something, solving problem. But really the why and how is, what is your business strategy, what is the next level of innovation that your business can do. So really it's in the realm of strategy and very arts and humanities oriented. And I mean, there are some frameworks over there to say, how do you determine the future, what can make competitive advantage, what's the innovation, all that kind of stuff. So that's the why. How is, how do you deliver and sustain it? This technical part is clear. So do you have the right talent? Do you have the understanding of the funding? Have you a ecosystem strategy? Do you have a way to sustain it? So there are these 4 boxes, and we have some frameworks, all of that. Now, as this gets automated, the value is shifting upwards. This fits very well with the successful startups.
Yeah,
I'm quite sure those startups anyway are executing. I don't think execution is now a given. Everyone has to execute. That is non-negotiable. But I think where they're differentiating is in their ways of working and their ways of thinking. They may not see it. While it's almost like the Gita that, if you focus on your karma as per your dharma, so you can say that your dharma is your why and your karma is your how. And then whatever comes out is the result is the what. But unfortunately, we are so tied to the what that we forget the why and the how. So I think if we can just focus on our karma based on our dharma, life is good. That was
Very
always
true. Yeah, I love the way you give analogies, from Simon Sinek to Bhagavad Gita. Amazing.
I just keep connecting the dots from here and there.
That's so important in today's world, connecting the dots basically. Looking thing in silos does not work.
Connection will happen on its own looking backwards. But our role should be to be curious and to just collect the dots. And if we collect enough dots, they will connect in their own way when required. We don't have to worry about it. But I think enough time is not devoted to being curious and collecting those dots. Because if you don't have the dots, then how will they ever connect? And many a times I see, at least in the corporate world, and you've been part of that, that's not very natural. People are so deterministic to say, what's in it for me? Why would I do that? That line of questioning is self-defeating. Because you imagine that you know everything and you can collect the dots with intention. I think a lot of it has to be just through intuition. Intention can't take you everywhere. I think there's a lot of intuition which sometimes is underrated.
So, Pankaj, when you were 35 years old, the world was in a certain way. And so now, when you look at somebody who's a 30 or a 35 years old, what do you see? What has changed in terms of, say, how they make decisions, how they live, how they work? And what is your perspective on that? Do you find it evolution? Do you find it disruptive, or any other take on that?
I think we in our education system, family system, and sometimes the work system have been trained to be so we have a school, college, very, everything is very structured. We are also told that there is a question that someone will give you and you have to write the answer. And the answer better be better than someone else, because then only you will get good marks. So over 20 years, you are trained, question by someone else, no copying, fast answer. And the family also reinforces that we'll tell you what to do when you find the answer. And sometimes the officers also tell you that, boss, I am the boss. This is the JD. This is the performance goal. You please do it and do it better than the next person, right? So this is the notion. When I look at my world now and I look at the world in future, I think all of these notions have changed, at least in some parts. In some parts of the world, they may not have, but I think they will change. And the way it will change is because technology will automate solutioning so much that the value will shift to questioning. So you will be expected to find the right question.
So is the new generation, when you see, are they heading in the right direction? What's your tell?
No. So I think my view is that it's very hard to buck the trend.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, of course, there'll always be outliers. There's always been outliers who've been. So I think the problem I see is actually, complicated by the fact that they have so much data and so much exposure that they themselves and sometimes their parents and teachers and seniors also believe that they are smarter than them. So I think somewhere there is a confusion between information and wisdom.
You have mentored so many people, you have scaled big organizations, but never turned to entrepreneurship. So was that by design?
So my view is that if you have to become an entrepreneur, you require to do three things. One is originate business, deliver it, and then collect money. Very simplistically speaking, right? Uh, I don't think I am very good at sales and marketing. And see, this sales and marketing, I mean, it is in the classical way, is more about meeting people and asking them for something.
Yeah.
I'm not good at asking. I'm more of a giving person
Giver.
and not a seeking person. So it appears to me that this part is not really aligned to my this thing. Similarly, collection also. Again, you are seeking something, which I can't do. So in my own personal life, if I give something money to someone, I don't ask it back. So I give only so as much that I can write off. And here also. So the only thing probably that I may know is the in between part, which is the delivery part. That also I never felt of myself as a, so I was always asked to do an analytics startup or something. I didn't think of myself as an analytics person. I don't have an identity in the middle of who I am. See, many people have strong identities. I'm a BFSI person, I'm an AI person, I'm this and that. I have a very fuzzy identity. So even the purpose for which I can do a startup or a business is unclear to me. I mean, I've been in different companies and I've enjoyed all of them. So I feel that maybe I was happy in a bank, I was happy in a technology company, I'm happy in a conglomerate. So to me, it wasn't as if there was this one big problem that I wanted to solve, which I find a lot of people have that passion that, I will solve this. So I was not good at two. I was not sure about the middle. Then where's the chance of entrepreneurship? Maybe I'm good for only a big company, and maybe things will change in future. I don't know. But at this point in time, this is the analysis. Never say never.
So at this stage of your life, from a career, personal, taking everything into account, what does success mean to you?
The most precious asset that we have is our own time, and the money is a way to get that time, right? So and we have heard this famous story of a fisherman who's fishing, and some rich fellow telling me, what are you doing? After that, what? Oh, I'll go fishing. So then what's the point? I'm fishing already. So I think to me, having control over your time usually gives you happiness. That
Being able to
success is really
manage your time and
success, I think, or happiness is all about you feeling control over your time, is what I think.
any message that you have for our young leaders who are watching and who are looking at, say, scaling teams and culture?
In your journey, maybe think of yourself again, because we are in the digital world. Think of yourself as a product where you have to keep adding features to yourself, and you have to have your unique path to become a better version of yourself and no one else. I think what somehow again we have been coached into believing that we have to become like someone else, which is not true. We all know that. So I think, how can we become the best version of ourselves on a continuous basis? Just like every product is not a copy of anyone else, that product becomes a better version of itself. Amazon's website is different from Flipkart's website. Both of them are good in their own way. Both of them can evolve indefinitely. So think of ourselves as that digital product where it's our responsibility to be the owner of our product roadmap, seek inputs from our environment about what is relevant to the environment and what are we good at, and keep evolving ourselves.
Pankaj, we also have a rapid fire round with you. This is the last set.
Sure.
So, if analytics did not exist, what would you be doing today?
Maybe teaching.
Teaching. Okay. What's something people often assume about you that is not true?
That I'm a big reader.
Okay.
I hardly
I
read.
also thought so.
Hardly read. Very little reading.
If your leadership style had a soundtrack, what song we would be playing?
क्या जिंदगी का सफर ऐसा ही सफर करके एक है. I don't remember the thing, but
कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं.
exactly that one. And therefore there's a continuous quest to find meaning in that.
Wonderful. What's one thing you wish more CXOs were comfortable admitting?
That they are just human beings, and they don't know everything, and they can treat everyone and anyone as their friends, and it should not be lonely at the top.
A habit or a belief that helped you grow in your career?
That everyone is uniquely made, and no one can be or should be anyone else. So understand everyone for what they bring to the table and try to incorporate that. And if you can't, then walk away. Don't try to change anyone.
If there's one book that shaped how you think about people or systems?
I would say Sapiens. After a long
Sapiens.
time, many people said you have to read this book. When some 10 of them said I read that, so I really thought it changed the way I thought about humanity.
If you had a superpower for one day, what would it be and how would you use it?
I will try to remove some of the bad actors in our world that we all see who are creating wars and havoc in the world.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Pankaj, for being here with us today. It was a truly wonderful experience interacting with you. Very insightful for me.
And
Thank you so
thanks,
much.
Ashima, for giving me an opportunity to reflect about my life one more time, because that's something that I enjoy doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Here are my key learnings. I learned about a very interesting framework called the 3W, which is ways of thinking, ways of working, and ways of doing, which align with strategy, the structure, and the processes that are there in an organization, and eventually bottling down to execution. Another key takeaway for me is to be a collaborator in today's world. Get out of that mindset of getting or seeking things from people and really contribute back to communities, to people in meaningful ways. And third and most important is, it is so important for each one of us to be comfortable in our own skin and be the way we are. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself and keep scaling up. Thank you.